Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Very good morning to all of you. I'm pleased to have you all in this webinar on how to get confident in speaking. This is intended for students in order to help them outscore their speaking courses, as well to have confidence and how to prepare well on doing any presentation, whether this presentation is related directly to the academia, or it could be a conference presentation, it could be a seminar in your company, it could be a presentation to your hosts and managers, it could be something within the professional context or the academic context. So in all contexts, this hopefully will be very beneficial for the students all. Now, gaining confidence or speaking, I used to say it, I mean, it's a skill, and how we build on skill is more of doing practice. And a simple contrast can be made with football. A good footballer wouldn't be, I mean, professional unless he tried to kick the ball thousands and thousands and thousands of times. So this way only he would be professional when it's come to his task. Speaking task as well require us all to perform as much speaking activity as we can and to practice. And the more we practice, the more we confront, the more we put ourselves in the situation of formal speaking or delivering speech, the better we are getting, the more confidence we have on ourselves, and it's very natural. So the speaking process is a process, as I said. And if talking about process, it means that you have input, you have process, and you have output. So you have something to be done prior to do the presentation, something to be done during the presentation, and something to be done as well by concluding or throughout the end of the presentation. So it's a process. It requires you to do some steps. And whenever it's confidence, speaking about confidence is a psychological satisfaction that we did good and that we are doing anything with a high manner of satisfaction, of acceptance, and of relaxation. We will not reach this psychological state unless we really do our first initial steps, which are preparation. So it's very normal, it's very healthy to have great speakers like presidents of companies, CEOs of presidents of countries, CEOs of companies. They would have the same anxiety before giving speech, even to their employees, unless they practice it more, unless they prepared well, unless have everything organized and sketched down, they wouldn't do good, and they would appear not in a situation. So it's very healthy to have anxiety, and this anxiety causes us to be scoring good. Okay. Now, throughout this today, inshallah, we'll talk about what does it really take to do before the presentation, and writing the presentation, while the presentation, then slide management, and what really does it take to have an A on a presentation or to be very proud of your presentation. Okay, so these are quickly and if you can see, except the last one, it's all process that you have to do. And for example, for the first one, in order to start doing any presentation, we have to cater for three main things. We have to plan well, we have to keep it simple, and we have to watch other presentations. Now, plan it well. It means that you have to have a clear cut. It's like writing an essay. And I think we have been taught that before you write, you have to go and make a map or sketch an outline of exactly what are the main components that you would like to include in your essay. Similar to speaking, you have to have a clear mind map of what are the things to be included in the introduction, how will you conclude it, and what are the main supporting ideas. So you should write it down. It should be very clear. It should be planned well. You shouldn't just keep it for coincidence. No, rather you have to plan it well. How best you can start this presentation, how best and what is the strongest conclusion. Any presentation can be started more than 20 times or 20 ways to start a presentation. Choose the best. Thinking of your part for audience, thinking of your standard, thinking of how to make it stimulating. Okay, as well conclusion. So there are different techniques. And then keep it simple. Don't keep it very complicated. Be yourself. Do it to your level. Don't impose some lexical item in yourself, which really you are not interested in. Keep it simple, keep it natural. And then it's very important. I would recommend number 3 to go and listen to similar presentations, similar topics, similar speech, and how best these scholars did it. So then you will gain experience. Okay. Now, there is a debate of whether is it possible, is it preferable to write the presentation or not? Should we write it? Then if we have written it, should we read from what we have written or what? So it's a debatable. Now, it's two-sided. There are two sides. It's like mirror. So what you have to do is I would recommend that you make an outline, clear outline, write it down. Okay. Plan for inspiring introduction. What do we mean by inspiring introduction is that plan for something stimulating. Plan how to raise the interest of your audience. And the main question, the main role of the introduction is not to tell them what you are gonna talk about, because it's easy. They would get it from the title. No need to tell them. But the role of the introduction is to exactly answer the question, why should we bother listening to you? I'm very busy. I've got a lot of concerns. So why really it's important to listen? What's so interesting? What are we getting out of your presentation? What are the things? What are the gifts? What are the rewards that we are getting from this presentation? And for example, for today's presentation, I would give 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, good morning. Today's presentation is how to prepare and how to have confidence in yourself while speaking in English. So the outlines are 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what usually happens in the presentation, and this is not very, interesting. Scenario 2, good morning. Today we'll have the opportunity to improve our speaking. Today we will really focus on what does it take to have confidence. Today, you can start getting A's in your presentation because we will give you the keywords, the key secrets of getting A. What does it really take to have A on a presentation task? Or what does it get it to gain your presentation and to convince other? It's very interesting. So just our focus today, how to score well on a speech. This is the second scenario. You can see the second scenario is more interesting than the first, because it focuses more on not what you will listen to, but on what other things you're getting out of this presentation. Okay, let's go back. Then say lines about, try to write it down. And the reason for writing it down, I would only take it for one consideration, which is to make sure that you got everything relevant, organized, and grammatically, language-wise correct. So it should be accurate. You should think of the forms that you're going to use, the relevant vocabulary, the include the really most interesting aspect of knowledge related to the topic. This is why we are writing it. And while you are writing, try to say the phrases. Say them loud, read them loud. Say the phrases, and not only say, try to practice these sentences, especially if there are some phrases or words that you are not normal and they need your tongue to be used with. So try to build that one. And this takes us to number 4, built in repetition. Repeat. And there is no way of repeating. Repeat great saying, repeat, repeat different form of introduction, different form of conclusion. And try to get yourself very familiar with the concept or the topic. And in number 5, there is no only one way, as I say, to say something. There are different, several takeaways or talkways or vocabulary. So you can express one thing using different terminologies, using different phrases, using different, sentences. Listening to other presentation will help you doing this. Listening to great presenters will help. Just listen and analyze really this guy, how did he started the presentation? And what are techniques used to starting the presentation? How did he or she ended the conversation or the talk or the speech? What are the things? How did she kept her posture, her smiling, her body or his body while speaking? So listen with analysis and also try to figure what are the different ways of saying one thing. So we notice that during presentation, students are stuck because they try to remember a sentence that already memorized, and this is not accurate. Human brain don't restrict them to memorization. Rather, give yourself more than 6, 7 ways. Have rich vocabulary so that you can build on your experience, on your language accuracy, language store or bank to build in relative, interesting, inspiring statements. Now, this is before. Now, we have already started the presentation. You are on the spot. You are speaking now. You are on the edge. So what does it, we will see different people. They would, they would change even their voice. They would become very like unnatural. They would even change their body, which is not normal, which is not okay. You should be yourself. You should be, real. Be yourself. Be relaxed. Make eye contact. Look at others with smile. Okay? Don't stare on them rather than welcome them by looking at them. Welcome their comments by looking at their eyes. Accept them. Okay? Be friendly. Don't be over anxious so that you think any question or any remarks is just to tackle you. No. Be there. Believe on yourself that you are the expert because you have read well and you planned well, and you are coming for people who really don't know anything about your topic. At least they didn't plan. They got only information. So know that you are the best. You are the dominant. Okay? Demonstrate your confidence. And how do you can demonstrate the confidence here is by smile, relax, use your face, body posture correctly, use your hand, try to move. Don't stay in only one position. Relax, move, smile, accept others, take notes in a very polite manner. So this all, even your hand sometime, your hand touch will appear that if you got your hand tied together and you are shivering, then this shows unconfidence. The way out is just to relax, breathe, be silent, move, look at familiar faces, look at them with a smile. Try to ice, to ice it down. Don't go very stiff. Okay? Interact with the audience, as I said, accept their comments, ask them, start by saying hi, just let's chat in the beginning. Don't go just directly to the computer, be on that side. No, be with their audience. Have, and now it's very clear to have loud and clear voice. You're not supposed to shout. You know, it's impolite, but you shouldn't go very silent like this because people will understand that you are not confident. Have you seen the two difference? No, rather you have to have a clear, interesting, and loud voice so that others would recommend that you are a scholar. Okay. Now, slide management and slides are for us. They call it PowerPoint because they make our presentation more powerful. But in many situations, it become very weak point because actually they hinder ourselves from showing, and they would just get the attention of audience scattered. So quick 9 tips for how to present your slides. As I said many times, have it very short phrases, statement. Don't put long paragraphs. Never read long sentences. That will be very distracting. Use good quality graphics. Think of the clarity of the pictures, of the colors, of the matching between the color and the background. Okay, don't bring dark colors with dark writing. People wouldn't be able to see it. Don't bring light background with loud fonts. It's really difficult for them to listen. Avoid reading your slide. Come on, please. This is horrible. If you go on reading, that will be disaster. You can look at them so that they will help you. Okay? You can just read statements. Look at this now here. This slide is a combination of, look at this slide now. They are a combination of 9 slides. I can have 9 slides, but I put them in maximum 3 to 4 words each phrase. Okay? And then I'm moving between them. I'm not going by reading one, just and reading from one, then moving to 2, directly reading 3. No, they're just helping me to what exactly to talk about. So I have finished number 4, I'm moving to 5, just to give me the glimpse now, focus on time management now. You get my point, but not to read. It's there, they should read. But as a presenter, no, they should help me as a note to move between points. Okay? And then time management. If you are attending a conference, even if you are a president, or if you are even a minister, if you're attending a conference and you are given 5 minutes to speak, then that's it. 5 minutes. Not restricting the time will, the leading committee there will stop you and they will send you hints. And that would indicate that you are not very good into your time management. Slow down. Don't run on the speaking. Because they think that the challenge is they're only thinking of the last slide. No, slow down. Be interested. Enjoy what you are doing. Say it in a very calm voice. Don't go very quickly so that you can move from this point to that point. That will not sound professional. Rather, speak slowly and clearly so that it will be attentive. See these pauses between the words? Actually, they can be helping you or they can be destroying your presentation. Sometimes pauses give you a chance to think, and sometimes pauses indicate that you are unconfident. So just slow down and think. 7, please. 7 is the main issue about this presentation. Practice, 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 practice if you really want to do it well. And then really get feedback from people you trust on how well is your presentation before you're going for your final presentation. Number 8, think positively before it starts. Don't think, oh, before you start this, I've got 10 in my midterm, so it no way I'm gonna get 20 in the final. No, that's not. Or I will have, if you just, the way you predict it, the way it will happen. They have a saying in English, fake it till you make it. So fake it that you are a presenter till you really become an A presenter. Okay, so have very high attitudes and high expectation before you start the presentation and while the presentation, and it's really 100% this will affect the audience. They will see to what extent really you deserve it. Okay, but if you think, if you've started from the doctor, I'm not, subhanallah, many times on the spot, on the day of presentation, students will come, doctor, yesterday I didn't sleep well, so I cannot present it. Doctor, really, I didn't prepare well. It's only 3 minutes, but doctor, really, I had another exam. So all of these indicators that you are not prepared, and you are sending message to your inside mind that you are not good and you cannot be good. Trust yourself, send this positive message to your mind and it will be good. And smile is really a big, weapon that makes others feel that you are very confident and satisfied. Now, the last two slides, I'll speak about what does it take to have an A on a presentation. And I put them into two categories. What are the presentation skills you need? What are the language skills you need? Okay, so let's focus on the presentation skills. You need to be very confident. You have to have a good eye contact with your Now let's talk about if you are presenting a webinar. It's good to see your face. We don't want to see a picture of car speaking, giving us a question. We didn't expect, for example, I'm now presenting to you with my picture there, and while it's end, I'll go to the live casting. It's very important to be there yourself, to have an eye contact, to show your smile, to show your satisfaction. Physical expression, body movement, as I said. Organization, you should have a very clear presentation with points, starting with outline, ending the presentation, all of this. And then support and illustration and precise ending. The last one is precise ending or conclusion. With the language skill, you have to get rid of all grammatical issues. And the best way, as I said, is to write down, to plan down everything. So this help that what and use the Google from if go to Google, let's and so or sorry, a speech should flow like it, and it should be smooth and into if they not or well stop and then wait for others to tell you, oh really, go back, read, shall I start again? This is all against fluency. You should have lexical awareness or good vocabulary of exactly what you want to say. These all have been the some tips of how to get confident and focus on each time we have said and present in this manner. No way, no way. I believe you will get fortunate for
Dr.
that.
Said, your
And
voice is cutting down now.
sorry,
Your voice is not clear, sir.
is it clear now?
Not yet, sir.
Still, is it
Sir, it's breaking.
is it now or before as
Yeah, it's
well?
okay now. No, no,
Okay.
no. Not in the end. Now,
So
just now.
okay. So this, I mean, these were just brief. These were gifts from us. This from English department. It's a gift by the end of the semester on really to our students on how best. By the way, this is true not for the students. It is true for Tahira. It's true for Mr. Adnan. It's true for Dr. Rashid. It's true for me. Whenever we attend any conference, these are the main things that we consider. These are the points that really helps us to get into the minds of others and to convey our message accurately. Okay. Now I'd be more than happy to have your questions or your remarks. Anyone want to ask question, just open your mic and you are more than welcome to give the question.
I think, doctor, thank you very much
Okay,
for
I
this
wish you all the
wonderful
best.
workshop.
I wish you all the best. Thank you very much, and we'll be in touch hopefully soon. Thank you for coming for this workshop, and I wish it was beneficial for all of you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you, Dr.
Thanks.
Saad.
Bye.
Very useful presentation. Thank you.
Bye.